Hey there, we are a few weeks out from hopefully getting our boat. So for the next few weeks, we're going to post videos on our trip to Borneo, specifically diving in Mabul and Sipidan, the famous Sipidan. And one of our videos will be on, is it worth going to Sipidan? So if you're a scuba diver, stay tuned for that video, as well as our time with the probiscus monkeys and the orangutans. We look forward to sharing those trips with you as we wait to see if we get the Leopard 44. So in the interim, enjoy the series on our time in Borneo.
Welcome to Borneo, sweetie.
Yeah.
Scuba Junkie, Sipidan.
Hello.
In mid-January, we left Qingdao for what we thought was a 2-week journey to Malaysia. The plan was to spend some time in Kuala Lumpur, Koh Lipe, and Langkawi. But then COVID-19 emerged, delaying the start of the school term and leaving us in limbo. So we decided to head south to the Malaysian island of Penang to wait things out. But the pandemic only increased in severity, so we flew to East Malaysia on the island of Borneo. The 3-hour flight from Kuala Lumpur landed us in the city of Tawau on the northeast coast of Borneo. From Tawau, we had an hour-long taxi ride to the town of Semporna and spent a night there awaiting our final leg of the trip, a 45-minute boat ride out to the island of Mabul. Well, we were an hour in the air on the way to Borneo. The pilot came on and told us he was turning the plane around. He said there's something wrong with the airplane.
We go down, we're getting the shot, okay? Yeah.
Post-mortem fame here.
Please press like
Blown away.
and subscribe to our last video ever.
Landing in Borneo made us one step closer to crossing off a long-lasting bucket list item: scuba diving around the islands of Mabul and Sipidan. We could not be more excited about this adventure.
Welcome to Borneo, sweetie.
Yeah, we're in Borneo. We just learned that this region is actually considered a separate state than the rest of Malaysia. So our passports were stamped and we had to go through immigration.
At a domestic airport.
We had no idea. So thankfully we made it. We landed safely. We're really happy to be here. And why are we here?
We're here to...
We're here because
We're here so that we don't have to go back to China.
we've been given an indefinite school start. So we decided to explore a little bit more of Malaysia. Bucket list item is diving Sipidan Island, which I'm really excited about, and getting to see the orangutan in their natural habitat, as well as the big old probiscus monkeys, the ones with the super long noses.
And if you're really wealthy out there and you love diving and can't make it to Sipidan, please adopt us before our first dive, because it's really expensive. And
It's not that expensive when you put everything together, but it's worth it. It's the best diving in the world, they say.
click our Patreon site that we don't have right now, but hopefully it'll have up soon. And we just ask you to
Should we start a GoFundMe page?
We just ask you to
There goes
please
my luggage.
pay for our travel. Please pay for our life.
We're
Please
so
pay for our
entertaining. Why
fun. Thank you. We appreciate you.
We were completely unprepared to see firsthand the impact of extensive deforestation by the palm oil industry. Almost 40% of Borneo's virgin rainforest has been destroyed in the past 20 years due to the increasing worldwide demand for palm oil. Take a look at an ingredient label in your home and you will notice that it probably contains palm oil. It's found in makeup, soap, frozen pizzas, and even biofuels. But the impact of palm oil plantations is far more insidious than one even knows. Tropical deforestation destroys natural habitats, depriving animals of the basis for their existence, causing an irreversible loss of biological diversity. In Borneo, this means a significant decline in orangutan and pygmy elephant populations. It's kind of ironic that to get to dive paradise, almost everyone has to spend at least one night in hell. Okay, not literal hell, but given the touristic opportunity, Semporna has failed in every category. But you don't have many options when you're going to such a remote island as Mabul. 45 for each of us. Okay, we don't go tomorrow though, we go on 20 February. 20, so a week.
2 days.
6 days.
It's Scuba Junkie, Sipidan.
How cool is that?
So the main man today, our captain is JR. And also we have Shar here, one of our guide, one of our dive masters today. So again, we are heading out to Mabul. You have big pass up some life jacket. Make sure you wear them the whole time.
There is a reason Scuba Junkie on Mabul Island routinely gets 5-star reviews. They are masters of logistics and trip organization, starting from your booking all the way through to arrival at the resort. Well, they have to be, as they are usually filled to capacity with divers traveling upwards of 2 to 3 days and laying out large sums of money to fulfill their dream of diving Mabul and Sipidan. Upon arrival to the resort, all of our bags were taken to reception. Our dive gear was sorted, and our dive guide was waiting for us. During our surface interval, we enjoyed a buffet lunch, then went out on a second dive under the converted oil rig. These 2 dives surpassed our expectations for Mabul diving. After our second dive, we were then able to check into our rooms before the buffet dinner and confirmation of our dive site for the next day. Everyone from the resort has run to the beach because they're releasing baby turtles into the ocean. So exciting.
Naturally, it's thought that about 25% of them make it through the first couple of days. So we're shortly going to be releasing 50 baby green turtles. On remote islands like this, the community normally eat turtle eggs. To try and stop that, back in 2011, we came up with a program where the community get rewarded for their contribution to turtle conservation. So instead of eating the eggs, if they tell us when they see the turtle nesting, we will give them 1,000 ringgit. We then bring the eggs into the hatchery where we can protect them, and then roughly 60 days later, we get to do this exciting part.
One afternoon, after completing our morning dives, we took a walk around Mabul Island to visit the 2 villages that coexist with the dive resorts.
Hello.
It didn't take very long to circumnavigate the island, as it is only 50 acres, and it is quite flat, resting 2 to 3 meters above sea level. Mabul has been a fishing village since the 1970s, but in the 1990s it first became popular to divers due to its proximity to Sipidan Island. There are approximately 2,000 villagers living in Mabul, half of them children under the age of 14. The majority are immigrants from relatively nearby clusters of islands in the southern Philippines. The residents are mainly Muslims who live a nomadic lifestyle, comfortable with rudimentary living conditions. As most residents mainly work as fishermen, the village source of income depends on ocean-based products such as squid and fish, and their catches are sold in Semporna on the mainland. Mabul is arguably one of the richest single destinations for exotic small marine life anywhere in the world. It's famous for what's called muck diving, which gets its name for diving in a muddy or mucky environment. Thousands of divers throng to the island every year, and increasingly more since Sipidan Island became a permit-only destination, removing all resorts from Sipidan Island and restricting the number of daily scuba divers. In future videos, we will give you a review of our experience diving Mabul, Sipidan, and Kapolei. But given the sheer number of visitors to Mabul, we were really pleased to learn how Scuba Junkie, our dive resort, is committed to the advancement and betterment of the community of Mabul Island. While the island suffers from overcrowding and local resource overuse, the resorts are diligently fighting against the tide to reduce serious and long-term adverse and irreversible impact.
Go, guys! All right.
Preservation of the island environment is essential and a big part of the local education programs supported by Scuba Junkie. By showing the islanders the beauty of the ocean and the underworld, they gain the support of the younger generation and hope they will commit to the reduction of single-use plastic, more effective trash removal, the maintenance of clean beaches, and turtle conservation. The resort also employs many of the locals and financially supports the local economy in many ways. We hope you enjoyed this brief introduction to Mabul Island and our journey to Borneo. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to the next few episodes focused on diving around these famous islands.